Hello fellow gamers, Jim here. And it's becoming a bit bittersweet because we are very nearly the end of the beginner lobby. Look at this sticker book. Filled right up. So if we come to the last page, this is the penultimate level, Dropzle. Now Dropzle is maybe another fan favourite. It's certainly quite infamous because Dropzle is a puzzle level. So let us hop down to the bottom right and ignore that on our left. We will be visiting there later. Whee! One last wee. And now we can head to Dropzle by Owen Shirrell with code from Aridai, Maddie480, Sama, Thomas DB05. And art from Circumplex, Mintberry, Moscan, and Power AV, with music from Alisticious. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Screen wipe from Elitas and Vamp. The sticker from Moscan. Special thanks to Bissy, Bryson, Circumplex, Cookie, Tio, and World Waker 2. Alright, did you see that screen transition? Hello and welcome to Dropzle. What is this place? It's a puzzle map, of course. Great. You see that really tight gap in the spikes next to you? Believe it or not, that's pixel perfect. I have literally no idea what that means. Pixel perfect gaps are extremely precise, but line up a drop right above them and you'll fall straight through. Use those big angry Kevin blocks and collectible touch switches to figure out a setup for each room. But couldn't I just jump through the gaps on my own? Yes, you could. However, that's not exactly in the spirit of the map, and besides, it's pretty difficult. If you really didn't want to solve the puzzles, then it is indeed possible to skip most of these rooms. But it's not the intended way to play the map, so why not give the puzzles a try instead? Besides, you can always access a hint via the pause menu if you get stuck. Alright, fine. Thank you. Enjoy the map. Yeah, so this is fun. I'll tell you what, I will look at the hints, because this shock horror, this video will spoil the solution for Dropzle. Every screen, every berry. Of which there are 5! Look at that, 5 more berries. These red levels are absolutely delivering on the berry front. Now, if we look at the hint. Once it's activated, you'll need to make use of the space beneath the wide touch switch block. Right, yes, this is quite a straightforward puzzle. So 2 things of interest. So we have infinite stamina, so you can just keep climb jumping forever and ever and ever, which normally you can't. And we have a limited number of dashes in every screen. If we use them, that's it, we can't get them back unless you die. So now, I mean, I was thinking about how to play this map. I was like, I could pretend not to know the solution and do this and the other, but I mean, let's be honest, we know that I know the solution. So we want to do for this one, climb on up. So you want to start on the silverberry bit, which is quite nice because that's where you need to come for silverberry. We need to use a dash to get over there. Let us activate this switch block, or touch switch I should say. If we grab onto the side of this, that gives us the pixel perfect alignment to fall down through there. The hint was talking about this area down here, so what you do is you send the Kevin over to the right, sorry, over to the left, but you drop down into there and that activates this bit there. Now, that's all well and good, but I prefer this. No, come on. Come on. No! Hey, there we go. So yes, you can of course just solve the screens like that. But where's the fun in that? Okay. You can stand atop the Kevin to reach the upper part of the room without using a dash. You can. You can. So what you want to do here, send the Kevin over, and then grab this touch switch and quickly make your way into the main area. Now we can send a Kevin back over to the left. This handy one-way or jump through, I think they're actually called, but yeah, it's a one-way, so it'll stop you from smashing into those spikes over there. Then you can use this Kevin to climb up here, activate this one, send this bad boy up, hit him over to the right, and now here he is with a handy pixel perfect gap. Now this screen was very confusing because, and I will just expound upon this screen for a bit because I got very stuck here. The first two weren't too bad, but if you bring the Kevin over here, it sets you up for a perfect pixel gap through there, right? So you're like, okay, well this must be part of the solution. Then you fall down here, and then you're like, okay, well, wait, what? Because the block's over there. If I get Kevin over here, that's no use. Right, so all very hopeless. So let's check out the hint. There's more than one way to reach the right side of this room. Yeah, so what you do, you ignore that pixel perfect gap and you use 2 dashes instead to get over here, which feels like that's half my dashes just to get over here. I could have done that in 1 before, but if we do this, it lets us dash into this Kevin. Now he's on this platform here, which means he's set up to be perfect for this platform, and then we can use him to escape to victory. Now, this map does have 5 berries, as I explained earlier. And can we see over here? Why, yes, of course we can. We've got a little glowing area of the wall. So let us investigate. Can we do anything ourselves? No, you cannot. So what you want to do is bring Kevin over to break the wall for us, and then we can get him out and we can proceed in ourselves. Brilliant. So what that just let you know is that if you step on these blocks, they will fall. That's obviously not part of the puzzle, it's just letting you know what they do. So what we want to do is use a dash to get over there, step on both of these platforms. Now this one stays here because the switch is in the way. So what we want to do now is grab this switch like that, jump over here, dash into this Kevin. He's now over in the right place. Grab this switch. Okay, no. I have done that wrong. Did that in the wrong order. Right, so, sorry. Let us dash over there, activate these 2. Fall down through here. This is the tricky part of this. Right, so we don't activate the Kevin just yet. We activate that switch. And then we bash the side of the Kevin, and he gives us a lift. And because there's a slight delay, because this platform here, wall block, I don't know what you call it, didn't fall immediately because it was balanced on top of the switch block up there. You had enough time to do that. And then we want to jump on over, dash into the side of Kevin, carefully jump over the edge of him, and drop down for the berry, which is berry number 1. Let's go. Oh, what did the hint have to say for this screen actually? You can cross large gaps quickly without using any dashes by riding on a Kevin. Yes, you can. Excellent. Okay, now what does the hint say for this screen? Ultimately, this room's Kevin should end up in the upper of the 2 recesses on the left wall. Yes, so we need to get the Kevin here somehow. And it's not obvious how, because what you'd think, if you trace back the means by which he could get there, well, if he was against this wall, you could bash into him from the right. That wouldn't, but there's no way to just get him here. If he was on this bit of the wall, again, you could do the same thing. You could dash into him on the right and send him over, and there's no way to do that. So you're like, well, how on earth do you do it? Well, the secret is this block here. So what we want to do, dash into him from below, dash into him, oof, I nearly fell down there, from the right, and then dash into him from above. Now he is against the bottom of this. We can do one final dash and he will be in the right place, and we can drop through. Great success. Now this is a hell of a puzzle. Now the puzzle here is not actually that exciting. Don't use a dash when getting up to touch the switch on the right. Yes, that's all very well and good, but I am in fact going to do that. Because, if you can see over to the left-hand side, there is a shiny wall. Now, if we break this wall, it opens up here, and we can come in. Ooh, how lovely. A puzzle. Not so fast. This is 2 puzzles in one, because there's a berry down the bottom, and there's a glowing path at the top. If we check the hint, in this room's primary solution, you only need to hit the Kevin once. Okay, so, what does that mean? Well, what that means is we need to get the Kevin. So we want to drop down this gap here. So we need the Kevin on the, if you like, lined up against this moving block. So the way to do that, I have already failed, by the way. So the way to do that is activate, grab that, then that. Then, because you can't reach that. There's no way, wink wink, there's no way to reach this switch without using a dash. So we dash to grab that, carefully avoid this switch, jump, let's try that again, dash to do that, and then dash diagonally into him, activate the second switch while he's moving across, and that moves this down, stopping Kevin in his tracks, and we can drop down for the berry. But wait! There's more to the screen than this. We need to think outside the box. In fact, yeah, okay. Well, I just want to show you the hint, so maybe I'll just collect that berry. Cool! That is berry number 2. However, if we check the hint now, think outside the box. So how do we get up here? The problem is we have to use both dashes to perform this solution. So what do we do now? We need to somehow get up there. It's the same pixel lineup as this, so if we could be here with a dash, we would win. And the way to do that is genius. So remember, we need to use one dash to send the Kevin over to the left. That is absolute fact. The other dash we used was this. Is there a way we could cut that dash out of the solution? Well, my friends, there is. We come back to this screen. In fact, I'm just going to die so that that wall isn't already broken. So, we come to this screen. We break open the wall with the Kevin. Then, we send him back over this way. Then, we use the momentum to fling us over. Look at that! Sneaky, sneaky puzzle. And that lets us do this, which lets us do this, which lets us do this. Great success. Yeah, I don't think I'm pretty sure I did not solve that puzzle myself. I got the first one, but not the second one. Anyway, so now we are in another berry room. This screen, whoo boy, this screen is very tough. So what does our hint tell us? There are multiple ways to travel upwards through a gap. There certainly are. They are not necessarily that obvious. Right, okay, so the problem with this is, okay, you can use the size of these to get through. You can fall back down. So that's all very well and good. You can move these out of the way, and then move them out of the way again, and you've got another one there. But trust me, you won't figure it out. Because what you actually need to do, one part of the solution involves sticking a block up in that little cubby hole. And I think I just missed that for ages. So first thing we do, no, sorry, ignore all of that. You actually start with this dude. Okay, yes. You start with him, then you do this little trick. Whee! Cool. Okay, now we grab the northwest switch, then we grab the northeast switch, and what that doing in that order has left this little little bottom bit of this Kevin, which lets us drop through, leaving us with one dash with which to grab the final thing. Now that is one hell of a puzzle. I would be super impressed if you got it yourself. Again, I don't think I did. Well done. And then also, as an added bonus, it leaves the Kevin in the right spot to just drop down through here, although you don't actually need that. And you can, so you'll notice I was just falling down through there, so you can use this when you exit that screen to just drop down and grab that other berry as well. So happy days. Right, how exciting. Okay, so this screen. This screen's a bit... So the solution I found, and maybe this isn't the right solution, is to send the Kevin over to there, okay? And then you have to do this, which is not... I mean, it's not that hard, actually. Maybe I'm just overblowing it. Right, so that sends the Kevin down. The only way to get down to the bottom half of the screen is through this. Because if you access the switch, you'll see there are spikes on the other side of these. These spikes go all the way across that gap. So the only way down is through this. Now, what the hint was telling us, don't use a dash when getting up to the touch switch on the right. So what you do is you dash, you climb on the Kevin, and you fail. Let me quickly get back. Jump! There you go. You use the Kevin's height to give us what we need. That lets us access both switches with the Kevin being in the bottom left, and one last dash for us to grab onto the side of Kevin like that. Cool. This is a fun screen. There's two exits, and one of them is for a berry. One of them is the normal exit, if you like, but from the berry you can also just leave. So we, so the room is perfectly symmetrical. So you can use the same solution either way. So if you're speedrunning the level or going for the silver, you can just do that. But as I say, going for either route will let you just exit, because the berry drop down just lets you just leave the berry screen. Jim the editor here, and I forgot to check the hint for this screen, so here it is. Your first move should be to hit the lower Kevin on the side of the room that you'd like to leave through. Alright, back to it. So if you want the berry, you come down, you start on the left. We grab this dude, he flings us over. And then you want to access his buddy on the bottom to give us access to that switch. Then we smack this Kevin, which flies us over here. Now we just need to be a bit careful, because you want to grab that and then quite quickly get out of the way. That lets us smack this dude into the bottom left and on to victory. Hooray! And we have 3 berries at the moment, so we're still looking. Yeah, so you see here, if you just climb up here, you can escape. This screen is good fun. Oh, I didn't look at the hint in that last screen. Jim the editor, get on it. Hope that hint was good. I will find out after you. Okay, so yes, so this screen is good fun. We've got 2 Kevins down there with a moving block embedded into the Kevin. I will just tell you that will not let the Kevin move. If you try and dash into the side of the Kevin, he is stuck. And the top Kevin, you might not just be able to tell, he has a crown of spikes that activate once you stand on top of it. So you only get 1 chance to stand on top of it. 6 dashes, so this is quite a complicated solution. But it's, don't worry, we are in luck, because we have the hint. When a Kevin hits a solid wall, jump quickly off it to gain momentum. So we have the hint, and we have my knowledge of the solution. So what we want to do is drop down. I might get this wrong at first. Dash into our Kevin friend without touching the top of his head. Then, this is the tricky part. This is the tricky part. So what you need to get up there. Okay, well, I touched his head. That's not what you want to do. So you need to get up there, and this side of the Kevin is exactly what you need to do that. But if you just jump up and dash up, you can do it, but you need 2 dashes. So instead, what you do is you dash on top of him, grab the side of him, and that lets us get up here with 4 dashes, which is exactly how many we need. So dash carefully through there. I nearly died. And then come back down here. Now this Kevin has been freed because of the moving block has left his body, and we want to send him up, and then over to the left, and then we can dash under here the final time, leading us to victory. Great success. That is berry number 4, and the 61st berry in the screen. So yes, this is where the previous room would have dropped you out. So you can take either exit in the previous screen. It is no bother. Now, the hint here is telling us that the room's solution involves hitting one Kevin upwards into the underside of another Kevin. Yes, so this puzzle is interesting because you need to get all of these Kevins out of the way. So you can't actually pixel perfect jump through this. If you were cheating the whole rest of the screen, you have to solve this one legitimately, I'm afraid. So you need to stand here and drop down with all these Kevins out of the way. So, shall we start moving them? We've got 10 dashes, which is a fair few. Right, so the way to do this is carefully move him all the way around, and then at the last second you need to get out of dodge. Then, this is the part that the hint was referring to. So we dash into this Kevin, but instead of bringing him round to join his friend, we dash into this Kevin first, so now he is lined up to go over there. Then, so he's now out of the way. Then what we want to do is, in fact, get this dude out of the way. So again, just carefully get him over there. And then finally, we can use this now cleared channel to come around and grab ourselves the side of this and move to victory. Hooray! Cool. That was a fun one. Yeah, this is really easy to cheese. I think there's like a super easy, straightforward setup to get this, but you know, I'm not interested in that. And neither should you be. Right, let's check out our hint. You'll only need to hit the Kevin 2 times in order to beat this room. That's correct. So, the interesting thing is, it's maybe not what you'd think. I think the ending to this, that hint isn't that useful because it's the ending to this puzzle that's quite tricky. So, we send the Kevin over there, which does allow us to grab that switch, which is useful. Then, this is the bit that's difficult to maybe get your head around. You come back, and the Kevin is now trapped. However, we do want that switch that's been made available back from the Kevin. And now this is the bit that I find a bit tricky, because what you want to do is you want to come here. Okay, right, well let's try that again, shall we? Did you see that? So you use your remaining 2 dashes to get over this large gap, and then that sends the moving block all the way over, and you can use it to get to jump on the side of it to victory. Yeah, I don't know. I found that. Did I find that hard? I mean, hard is probably not the right word. I don't know. Okay, now shall we get ourselves another berry? Goodness me! Look, you can see this wall is glowing, but obviously we are not strong enough to deal with it. So, I think we do it like this. Nope. Hang on. Oh dear. Why have I forgotten how to do this? I think we go up. Then we dash to the left. Then we dash him up. Then we dash him over. Then we dash him over again. Right, yes. Sorry for the failure there. Right, let me just check the hint in here. Not all dashes need to be used on the Kevin. Ooh, interesting hint. But first, we come to our 5th and final berry. Though they collide with walls, Kevins can pass straight through spikes. Very good. This screen is fun. So, if you come in here, by the way, if you come in here from your first screen, not your first screen, without dying, right? You start over on the left, which makes sense. But you need to start here, because if you die, it spawns you here. So this is a bit of a hint that this is where you need to begin. So, how do we do this? This is actually quite a sneaky level. I like this. A couple of options, so we can grab this switch, which moves this block. We can move this Kevin, which gives us access to up here. We can try and get him out. None of that works. What you need to do is dash up through here first. Now this is the sneaky bit. You dash into Kevin and then you quickly re-grab the wall. In fact, don't hold grab, just get on the wall and drop down. And then, this is the bit the hint was talking about. You can jump up, dash, and Kevin will come through those spikes. And if you scurry over to the right, you'll be safe as houses. Then we dash up, access this switch. That leaves us with exactly one dash to grab the side of this Kevin and let us drop down for berry glory with all 5 berries. Let's go. Ah, yeah, love to see it. Right, this is a sneaky screen. Because, yes, as the hint was saying, you don't need to dash all 5 dashes on the Kevin. One of the dashes you can use like this. Hwah, how sneaky. So, here's what we want to do. We want to get the Kevin. What do we need to drop down? Here. So, you could do the switch. Like that, and then put the Kevin here. That would do the job, but you can't do it. So what you actually need to do is get the Kevin here, with this wall still here, and then move it out the way. Yeah, sneaky. And I believe the way we do that is by this. That's probably not the best way to do that, if I'm being honest. Yeah, come all the way around here. Okay, now Kevin is in the right place, but this frustrating wall is in the way. But as we have just seen, we can in fact move the wall out of the way, jump onto the side of the Kevin, and we are free. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this screen is super tough. So, lots going on. We've got 12 dashes. 12! Lots of Kevins. Collect the touch switch in the bottom right corner last. That doesn't help us how to start. Well, let's see if I've remembered the solution here, right? So, we want to send this guy over to the right. Grab onto the side of him, drop down. Then we send this guy down. Then we jump onto the side of him and use him to collect both of those. Then we activate this dude. So we come back up, dash back up through here. Then set this guy off over to the right. And we want to climb onto him, dash up. Then dash this guy over to the left. Careful that you land in the right place for these spikes. This sequence of moves is the tricky bit, I think, because you're now expending resources going back through the same gap, which is feels like a waste, right? Especially when you've got limited dashes. But you send that guy back up to the top, then you dash up through here, which doesn't activate a switch. So you're like, wait, what? But what it does let you do is put this Kevin on this side of this dude, and you can drop down with 2 dashes and the final Kevin and your final switch. That activates the switch. Jump onto this Kevin. We've got these useful one-ways that stop you just dying against these spikes. And that lets us grab onto the side of the Kevin and drop down for heart glory. Yeah, let's go. And this is the last screen. Does it give you a hint? You'll need to use your final dash to collect the heart. Yes, it does. So this is like a bit of a I wouldn't say a freebie, but it's like not expected to take you too long to figure out. So the trick with this one, you use that momentum to send you over to the left. That then lets you get up here with a dash in hand. Send the Kevin there. And then, as the hint suggested, we drop down and we need to dash perfectly down onto the heart. Otherwise, as you collect it, you'll ping off over to the side and die. And that was Dropzle. So, yeah, definitely more of a walkthrough than maybe I had anticipated. But it's tough. I mean, you can see this is going to be a long episode already. So, 5 out of 5 berries with 32 deaths. And obviously all of these great people. So, gameplay and mechanics. Pick pixel perfect setups. I mentioned in the squeeze video that I did quite like pixel perfect setups. Implemented into a puzzle level, ooh, I don't know. Limited dashes into pixel perfect Kevins. Oh, I didn't demonstrate it. These are custom Kevins, in that if you dash into them while they are moving, normally in the base game that would count as a dash and it would change its direction. But these Kevins are custom and they will not accept a dash unless they are stationary, so that you can't, like, you know, dash into it midway, because otherwise then the solutions could be crazy. So yeah, custom Kevins, pixel perfect, limited dashes. Yeah, quite a lot of custom stuff going on. It's just wholeheartedly a puzzle level, right? I mean, A Gift from the Stars was like cool with lore and, you know, try to incorporate its puzzle mechanics into the kind of level design in its sort of aesthetic. Dropzle, it's just like, nah, screw you guys. This is a puzzle level. It even tells you at the start, this is a puzzle map. So yeah, no, I think, I don't know, man. I struggled with it first time. I like puzzles, but some of that was really difficult, especially some of those berries. Wow. The berry, getting to the third berry and then collecting it, nightmare. Aesthetics, not a fan really. The music is very in the background. I mean, that's kind of what you want because you're really trying to concentrate on the puzzle. But and then, you know, all the grey. It's fine. Again, I know what it you know. It's not trying to be an aesthetically pleasing level. It is a puzzle map. That's all it is. The screen wipe was good though. Just looking at these credits, the screen wipe was good. And then berries, 5 berries. Yes, please. Thank you very much. Take all my money. But they were hard. They were very hard to solve yourself. I'm sure I got like 2 or 3 of them on my way through, but they were yeah, they were extra difficult. So yeah, I don't know if there were any secrets. If there were, they were beyond my skill to find. And fun and difficulty. Did I have fun? I mean, I think I remember having fun the first time I played it. Obviously, when you repeat it, it's not quite the same because you know the solutions, right? So. But it was quite fun. I enjoyed also trying to memorize the solution so I could play it quite quickly. And difficulty, yeah, definitely super hard. I mean, not hard gameplay, obviously, but very hard puzzle mechanics. So, yeah, definitely deserves its place in the red. Not as hard, I'm going to say it's not as hard as some of the other ones that we've had, just because the gameplay itself was quite straightforward. But yeah, really good fun. And did I enjoy it? No, I've already it. Yes, yeah, it was good fun. It was above average fun, right? I know a lot of people not so positive on Dropzle. It's become a bit of a meme map. Right, now let us go and check out our sticker at the bottom. Yep, the drop arrow with a big old Kevin there. You love to see it. And we spent about half an hour on the map, as we knew we would. But we were chatting a lot, so that's fine. Did I spend that long on the first screen? I must have done. Cool. Alright, everybody. As ever, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.